have to tell you guys my funny Advent stocking story with mom and dad.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, let's describe an Advent stocking to start with.
Okay, well, Donna,
People know what you're talking about.
maybe you
Yeah,
could take a picture of it. Oh, you've
Oh,
got
she's
one.
got one right
over here.
there. She's
Okay.
I
prepared.
came prepared.
So Donna's
So
got those on a
I,
little
I
a garland.
yeah, it was a little panel, and I sewed all. But if you wanted to do like little gift boxes or something like that, it can be a little gift bag, whatever. It doesn't have to be these, but these are all pinned to this little garland. So got a couple of them here. So they're all pinned, right next to each other all the way. So we go 1 through 24. And so what I did a couple of years ago is, in addition to the goodies that I put in it, so I put some candy, and they've got a little Christmas tree in there. And so there's 24 little Christmas ornaments. So every night they get another Christmas ornament to hang on their little Christmas tree. But in addition to that, we have what I call a memory prompt. So I have a little piece of paper with a question on it.
Oh,
And um, Roberta, do you remember what your question was?
Oh, I do. I do.
Okay, so we're going to go now because Roberta did this with mom and dad the other night, and it was the first time you did it.
No, no, no,
Roberta,
no.
no,
That's
no,
not the
but
first.
it's the first time we've had this kind of a story. So I'm good. So tell me
Well,
your story.
okay. So I was there on Monday and Tuesday, which was the first and the second. Well, Monday night I didn't do it. So
got to double up on Tuesday.
Tuesday I take them their dessert and I went and got the two stockings for the first and the second. And so I go in there and I said, well, we got to do our Advent stockings. I said, because I didn't do it last night. So we got to catch up. We've got two to do, or I'm going to be in trouble. And, and mom says, we're going to report you. Oh my goodness. So her wit, she still has her quick wit
Yeah,
sometimes.
she does.
So anyway,
Oh yeah.
that just cracked me up. And then so the first one was the first Christmas you remember. And I've done this one before with them. So and they both said the same thing as they did the last time. Dad remembers Christmas in Grass Valley when he was about 5 years old.
Yeah.
Mom, on the other hand, remembers Christmas at their apartment in Pasadena, and
Wow.
she was probably 12. That was the first Christmas she remembers. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Interesting, right?
Wow.
Um, so anyway, that's the same answer they both gave me last time I did this with
Interesting.
them. And then the next one was what is your favorite Christmas decoration?
Christmas what?
Christmas decoration.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
And Donna has the nativity scene set up in their
Hmm.
bedroom, and the light is on it. And so I was like, so what is your favorite Christmas decoration? And Dad says, the nativity,
Oh,
the crush. And I said, yeah, okay. And then I asked Mom, what about you? And she says, yeah, she says, the crush.
yeah.
And I just have we've had it forever.
Yeah.
As long as I can remember Christmas, we've
Mhm.
had that.
Oh, me too. As
And,
long as I can remember. Yeah,
and,
that's probably one of the very first Christmas decorations they ever bought.
yeah.
possibly.
And,
Yeah,
it's just so special on many levels.
it is.
I said, me too. That is absolutely my favorite. And, one of the things that I love about that nativity scene is that Jesus is not stuck in the manger.
I agree.
I mean, and
I
the
know.
and the wonderful thing about that is that when we were kids, even though they're somewhat fragile. I mean, they're not super fragile.
They're
The
they're made out
figurine,
of. of clay of some kind. They're not
Yeah, they're a
plastic.
ceramic of some kind or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
So, but we were allowed to play with it.
Yes.
And I
Yes. And we
remember,
did.
Jesus going up the stairs to that balcony and talking to the animals over on the other side. And that was so special to me. And that's such a
Playing with the
special,
angel.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I did.
And, when I was when I was wanting to get a set for myself, that was, I could, if Jesus was stuck in the manger, I don't want it.
Nope.
Jesus needs to be able to get out and talk with the animals and all of that. And so mom found me one. It looks very much like
Yeah.
theirs, only
Very
my
similar.
pieces
Yeah.
are like resin.
Yeah.
They're not the same kind of ceramic, but the colors and everything like that is very similar to mom and dad's. And so it just really I mean, as you can tell, still makes me really emotional.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
Well, I
such a
have to
precious
tell you,
moment. It was really a precious moment sharing that with them. So that
oh,
I
was
good,
bet.
a
Yeah, I
wonderful,
bet. That's lovely.
wonderful
Thank
thing
you
you've
for
done, Donna.
sharing it with us. That's
Yeah.
really sweet, Roberta.
good. It is. And if you look closely, because I was looking at the pieces as I was setting it up, and Mary's little head, she's got some teeth marks on her. So whether it was from a dog or a child, who knows? Maybe both, you know? But she's been munched on a little. She's had a
Oh,
little munch on,
that's funny. I'll have to
you know.
take a look. Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
never noticed that, but
it's
that's funny,
it's
Dawn.
really funny. Yeah, it's funny. Um,
One of the
so
grandkids
what
probably.
I so last night's I think Millie wanted to do the stocking before she left. And
Oh,
so we went in and we did it all together. And the question was, what is your favorite Christmas cookie? So we had a discussion about that. Mom had, which is really funny because the night before, well, the question was, what's your favorite Christmas movie? And neither one of them could think of anything. And so it was just
Hmm.
it was again fun. We did the Christmas cookies. Mom's is frosted sugar cookies. That's her favorite Christmas cookie. And Daddy's favorite Christmas cookie is pfeffernusse. So,
That doesn't surprise me.
our
Donna,
what?
you
Dad's the ginger snap?
uh, no, pfeffernusse. And I remember as a kid
I do too.
him bringing home,
Yes.
little things of pfeffernusse cookies because you can only get them at Christmas time.
Yeah.
But he was talking about how the bakery at one of the stores he worked at made pfeffernusse cookies. So we might have to make
Sorry.
they're, they're a spiced cookie with powdered sugar on the outside of them. So they've got clove and nutmeg in them. So they're not quite as like a ginger. They're not gingery, but they're spicy.
But they have
They got
black pepper in them.
clove, nutmeg, and a little bit of black pepper.
And
Yes.
that's why
So
they're
they're a
called
little spicy.
pfeffernusse.
Hmm.
Because the black
Yes, because they're
pepper
peppermint.
refers to the pepper. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't like them.
So, and I have a friend. Oh, I love them. I love them. I used to love it when Dad would bring them home. But the cookies he would bring home, the powdered sugar would would almost be hard on the outside. It wasn't like um, like a powdered lemon cookie that you get that's got the nice fluffy powdered sugar on the outside. This would be the almost like a frosting on it, but they were still good. I still enjoyed them. So, um, and then Millie's was a gingerbread, and I was like, okay, ginger snap or gingerbread, like gingerbread man. And she's like, oh, gingerbread man for sure. So cute.
That is cute.
But I was when Mom said something about the sugar cookies. I remember when we were little, you taught us how to make paint out of cookie paint out of egg yolk and food coloring. And we'd
Mhm.
paint the cookies and then you'd bake them. And yeah, so that was kind of a fun little memory there. But
Yeah.
yeah. And going back to one of the things that Roberta was talking about their first Christmas is that some of these things, there's like the night before last, there's sometimes a non-answer. And then there are other answers that are just so I learned so much the first year I did these.
I'm
Hang on a
sure.
second. What? Well, use your best discretion, but at least the draw sheet and the pads. Okay.
And here we are.
There we are. So there were things the first year that I did these with mom and dad. There were things that I learned that I had never heard before.
Mhm.
It was great. I mean, I had never, thought I never heard much about Dad's time growing up in Grass Valley.
Yeah.
We always heard stories of him being a teenager and, these crazy mining towns and stuff. But him
Yeah.
being a little
Yeah.
kid, after the war started and what, how that impacted him and what it was like for them up there and, you know, just their living conditions and everything
Mhm.
like that. He had never shared that with
Yeah.
us when we were younger. I'd never heard it anyway. I never knew that Grandpa had gone to Hawaii.
Oh, you
I'd
didn't?
never known that.
Oh,
I
I
never
did
knew
know
that.
that. Yeah, I
I
did know
didn't
that.
No.
until recently either.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was like, what do you mean Grandpa went to Hawaii during the war?
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
no idea.
Yeah.
But he had gone over there to, help rebuild because
Rebuild. Yeah.
he was a master sawyer and they needed the sawmills run.
Yeah.
They needed wood.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that was interesting. It was
Yeah.
really,
It's really
I was
interesting.
like, oh, I didn't know that. So,
Can you guys,
yes,
if you can remember, can you hit record on your phones when you go in to do these things with them,
oh,
to
that's a
ask
good
them these
idea.
questions? I've done it a couple of times when Dad starts going, talking about his childhood. I have a couple of times where I've had my phone with me and had the wherewithal to think, I'm going to record this, right?
Oh, okay.
Um, but I think it would be really lovely to get those kinds of things, to have them recorded, in their own voice, and have them be telling us about their experiences. Their mom has shared things with me. I wish I had caught this one on tape where she was talking about living in the apartment in Pasadena and how she and grandma shared a bedroom and slept in bunk beds, because they were living with somebody else. There was somebody else in their apartment. It wasn't like it was just them and just their place. And somehow I never realized that I always kind of had a more idealized version of what her life was like when she was younger. That it was a little bit easier for her than it was for Dad. And it was still. I mean, Dad had a pretty rough childhood in that respect, but I think I had the feeling that they were better off than that. I think is the way that I want to put it. And I didn't realize that it was still so hard when she was a young child, for them, financially,
Right.
that they were still struggling so much, and they were sharing an apartment and sharing beds and things like that. It was very, surprising, like you guys, and not knowing that Grandpa had gone to Hawaii, right? It just, so those kinds of things, it was really nice. I wish I had recorded that session with Mom, because she was talking about the dog that she had, and
Oh,
just
Peggy, just ask her about it again. She'll- She doesn't remember that she told you.
she doesn't. It's true. She doesn't remember. She told me, and it's true.
There you go. Well, and that is a thing, is
Oh,
but yeah. So, but that's been a lot of fun. That's been a fun Christmas uh, activity for not only us,
Yeah,
but for the caregivers too. And they
that's
get
yeah,
to
cool.
hear the stories and stuff too. So it's been kind of fun. So
I love that they
I
want to
was really
share that
happy
with
I was
them.
able to dig through and find those and get them up before I left on my trip.
I'm
It's
glad you
like,
did. I'm really
yeah,
glad you did. If for nothing else, for mom to just say so dryly to me, you know, we're going to report you. I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
yeah, yeah. Oh well,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that I don't
know.
know if that sharp point's ever going to go away for her. It's well
Oh,
honed.
it's a double-edged
she's got
sword
some
too, because
bit.
It sure is.
sometimes you're like, please don't. Just don't.
Yes, exactly. Could we just put a little filter on that? Just a little filter, please.
Yeah, yeah,
Although she
it's
did
true.
filter it this morning. She did filter it this morning.